341 meeting today?
I think so.
Excellent, excellent. Do you remember last time we spoke in the office, we went through a bunch of questions that I told you could expect to be asked by the trustee today?
Yes.
Great. Before I get into that and give you a little refresher about the questions they're going to ask and take a look at your paperwork, is there any questions that you have that you've been dying to ask me? I want to make sure you don't forget before I start giving you more information.
No, everything is clear for now.
Okay. If you have any questions, just let me know.
Okay.
All right. So do you have your driver's license and social security card with you?
Yes, I do have it ready here.
Perfect. All right. The trustee's going to ask you to see these, and she's going to check to make sure that your name is spelled correctly and the last four of your social security number matches the documents that we file with the court, and they do. So just keep those out and ready, because when we go in, that's the first thing the trustee's going to ask you for.
Okay.
Then we're going to start to go through the paperwork. I have your petition here, and the trustee's going to look at the petition. She's going to ask you if your name and your social security number are correct. She's going to ask you if your address is correct on page 2. Then she's going to ask you if your signature is on page 6. Is that your signature?
Yeah.
And what date did you sign the document?
February 25th, 2020.
Great. I'm going to have this in front of you, so there's no need to remember what day you signed it. It's right here on the paperwork,
Okay.
so you can explain that to the trustee. Then we're going to start to go through the rest of the documents. The trustee is going to ask us to turn to Schedule A. And on Schedule A, it shows that you own the real estate at East Montgomery Street. Trustee will suggest to you that it is valued on your schedules at $227,000 and ask how you arrived at that figure.
Okay.
What are you going to tell her?
We looked it up on the computer, right?
Exactly. So we looked it up on Zillow and we've sent the report to the trustee, but the reason that she's asking these questions is to make sure that your testimony matches what's on the paperwork. You will be sworn in. There's a little tape recorder on the table to make sure that everything is recorded. And then we'll go to Schedule B. The trustee will ask you if you list the rest of your personal property, like your clothes, your computers, your televisions, your car, that kind of stuff. Then we'll go to the creditors. We'll go to the secured creditors first on Schedule D. I see here that you have a mortgage on the house, and then you have a car loan with Toyota Motor Credit, correct?
Yes.
Trustee is going to ask you if that is all of your secured debt, and you'll say yes.
Okay.
Then we'll go to Schedules EF. The trustee will ask you if you have any tax debt, if you owe any taxes. The answer is no in your case, so just remember that. Then we'll look at Schedule F, and the trustee will ask you if you've listed all of your other creditors, and of course you'll say yes, because we've gone through and listed everything. Then we will move on to leases. In your case, you're not leasing anything, so the trustee will likely just ask you whether or not you're leasing anything, and you can just say no.
Okay.
Then we'll get to Schedule I with your income, where the trustee will ask what your current job is, and you can just tell her that you are a cafeteria rep at Salisbury Township School District, and we'll move on from there.
Okay.
They may ask if you receive any other income, like child support or alimony or anything, and you don't, so that's fine. Then you will be asked if Schedule J contains a list of all of your dependents and all of your expenses, and of course it does. It's you and the 3 kids, and then we've got a list of your mortgage payment, your car payment, and all of your expenses here that you went over in the office before we signed the paperwork.
Yes. Okay.
All right, then they'll get into the more in-depth questions. They'll ask you if you can sue anybody for any reason, if anybody owes you any money, if you've been in any car accidents in the last 2 years, if you pay any domestic support obligations, that's things like child support and alimony. Then she will ask if you expect to receive any inheritance in the next 6 months, and I want you to remember that we talked about that when you signed the paperwork. The 6 months runs from the day we filed your case about a month ago. So if you are to receive any inheritance or life insurance proceeds in 6 months from the date of filing, you have to tell me and the trustee immediately. Tell me first. I will then tell the trustee, and we'll sort it out. Some or all of that money may be used to pay some or all of your creditors, depending upon how much you owe and how much you get. And I'll let you know. If you tell me that that has happened, I'll let you know. The important thing to remember is that it is 180 days to the date. So if you receive $10 million on 181 days, you get to keep it all. If it's 179 days, then it's property of the estate, and we have to deal and process it through the court. All right, do you have any other questions?
No, I do not.
Did you bring your most recent pay stub?
I did.
Okay, they don't always ask for that, but sometimes they do, so we ask you to come prepared in case the trustee wants to see it. The goal for today is for us to go in, have this meeting last maybe 5 or 6 minutes, and then we leave with no homework, no assignments from the trustee.
Okay.
If there are any documents or any questions or any supplements that the trustee wants, what's going to happen is they will reschedule your meeting. The reason for that is to make sure that you produce the documents. Even if the court reschedules the meeting, you may not have to appear. So they'll give us a new date, you'll get me any documents or any homework that we need, and as long as we provide those to the trustee in advance, the new rescheduled court date is very likely to be canceled. We'll just have to check with the office to decide whether or not we have to show up.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
You comfortable?
Yes.
Feel good?
Yes. Ready to go.
Go on inside, have a seat. I'm going to meet with the other clients that are here for the same time slot.
Okay.
So just go on in and have a seat and relax. I'll be in a second. If the trustee calls your case before I get there, just let the trustee know you're here and I'll be in any second.
Okay.
All right?
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.